Hi, the throat chakra is the next spiritual phase of human evolution. And in the next 10 or so minutes, I'm going to tell you why I believe that's true and how you can step into that. I'm Cheryl, the throat chakra shaman, and I help people not only speak their truth, but express the truth of who they truly are and why they are here. And that's why I believe this is the next phase of human evolution. You know, the heart chakra has been in the limelight for the last decade or so. 50 years ago, people didn't really say, speak from your heart. And now it's just a common term. Speak from your heart. Express your heart. And you see hearts everywhere. They are everywhere. They are in magazines. I learned a type of meditation a number of years ago, heart rhythm meditation, and you had to feel your heartbeat. And back then, it was really difficult. That was 9 years ago. And it was hard for me to feel my heartbeat. And now it's so easy for people. And this shows me that humans are evolving. They're more in their hearts. They're more in their hearts. And people will often, when they really want to speak from their heart, they'll say, let me get into my heart. And so we've accomplished a lot in that area. But what happens is, if that energy doesn't come up clearly and with certainty and with confidence, it's not getting expressed properly. And so that's all about the throat chakra. And my own personal journey, like you might ask, well, why is it so much about expressing the truth of who we truly are and why we're here? Well, in meditating on the throat chakra, and I've been meditating for over 25 years, I've taught meditation. I'm now an energy healer, a coach, and a mentor. And what I discovered in really meditating on the throat chakra, I discovered this space in the back of the throat chakra that really represents our soul's purpose. Our soul's purpose and why we're here. And we're here to express that. And the energy of all the chakras come up to be expressed out the throat chakra. The sacral chakra and the solar plexus are very, very much connected. If you know anything about the chakras, if you don't know about the chakras, they are energy centers. And there's a lot of information out there on them. But my own personal journey, I had a pinched nerve in my neck in my early 30s. And prior to that, I could give you a whole list of throat chakra issues that I've had throughout my life. So I really suffered with a lot of pain for many years. And I had to heal my own throat chakra. And I no longer suffer with neck pain at all, ever. It's just so wonderful. If I do get a twinge of anything, I know there's something in there for me to look at. But it was when I realized why I was here, what my soul's purpose was. That was so overwhelming to me when I first heard it, and I heard it from a number of sources. I first heard it from a spiritual teacher, and she really tuned into me in this session and said, "You're a spiritual teacher." And I just thought, "You're crazy. You have no idea what you're talking about." But that kept coming back to me, that same message. And I thought, how can I possibly be a spiritual teacher? I didn't have the confidence to do that. Yes, I had developed spiritually. And when I was finally really guided in numerous ways at various times, I started to try and open to the possibilities. And eventually, though, what happened was I was so strongly guided to step into that and to really become and express who I truly am. And I just had a meltdown and I became chronically ill. At one point, I lost 15 pounds in 10 days. I could hardly even function. I had a really high fever. I went to the doctor. He said, "There's nothing wrong with you." And looking back now, I realize I didn't have anyone to hold me in that, anyone to hold me in stepping into that. And so now that's what I do. I help others really clear all the obstacles that are holding them back from expressing the truth of who they truly are. And I help them discover that, what that is, and then express the truth of why they're here. So I wrote the book, Heal Your Neck Issues and Let Your Throat Chakra Shine. And why did I write that book? Well, because of my own experience. And I think the throat chakra is the hardest of all the chakras to heal, the most difficult. It's connected to all the chakras. And it's this expression that's so important. And so if you've developed your heart chakra, now it's time to develop your throat chakra. And so how do you do that? How can you get on the spiritual evolution of humanity bandwagon? Well, whatever your method is, if your method is meditation, if your method is energy healing, if your method is therapy, if your method of healing, whatever it is, you want to clear all the obstacles in the throat chakra that are holding you back. Whatever is keeping you from speaking your truth. If you have a hard time setting boundaries, saying what you really mean, expressing your feelings openly and honestly and authentically. If you have a hard time being authentic or speaking up in groups, that sort of thing, you want to really work on those. All those things are what's in the way. You can't express your creativity. You know, the sacral chakra is very much about creativity, sexuality, that passion, that zest for life. And then the solar plexus is so much about truth and power. And that's where the truth comes from and is expressed out of the throat chakra, but also our power to really show your power in the world. What is your power? And really, it's the universe's power. It's the universe moving through us. We are also connected to the universe and each other. But it's tapping into that and expressing it. And so we heal what's getting in the way, and then we empower ourselves to really do that, no matter what. With all the fear in the world, it's getting out there and talking. And we're not going to do it perfectly at first. I think of watching in our neighborhood these great horned owls, and these two adults had 3 little chicks. We didn't know they had the chicks until the chicks were fledglings. And we were able to occasionally watch them learn to fly. One fell on the ground, couldn't get back up. It was really awful, and the poor thing was screaming. Another one was on the end of a branch trying to get off and get going and fly, and it just squealed and squealed and squealed. And as they grew over the next number of days and weeks, we started to see them fly, and they're all wobbly. Their flight is just, you know how an owl just soars through the air. Well, the adults were soaring through the air, but not the fledglings. And so I just think it's such a beautiful analogy of speaking our truth. We're not going to do it perfectly right away, but it's just trying. It's setting the intention that we're going to speak our truth, what's really in our hearts, and really get that energy coming up. And then eventually we can express more and more, and ultimately express all that we truly are and why we're here. And that's the soaring of the adult owl. And so I'd really like to thank you for listening today. And if you have any of these issues around speaking your truth, neck pain, if you don't know what your life's purpose is, or maybe you have an idea and you don't know how to go about it, I'd like to offer my book for free. It's Heal Your Neck Issues and Let Your Throat Chakra Shine. And so you can contact me on my website, CherylStelt.com. The book is on there for, I think, $7. It's the same as on Amazon, but you can actually click on chakra reading and just fill in that form. And if you want a chakra reading, you can have a chakra reading for free as well. But I'd really like to give you my book. And so through that, just when we speak, we can get online, or I'll get the email and just ask me for my book. And I am more than happy to share it with you. Thank you very much.